Hello, class. Today we are going to talk about precipitation. Now, precipitation can be rain, snow, sleet, or hail. We are going to talk about what you remember from our unit on the water cycle, and we are going to talk about this part of the water cycle, which is precipitation. And then we are going to talk about what you can expect to learn next. Now, do you remember evaporation? When we boiled the water and the steam rose up into the air? Well, evaporation on the earth is very similar to that. The water gets warmed up that's on the earth and it rises up into the air, and then it forms into clouds. It condenses into clouds. Do you remember when we talked about condensation? And everybody had the homework to go find a place where they could see condensation. This is warm air rising, warm air and cool air touching, and that is when all the little water particles condense and they form clouds. Now, when the water drops get heavy in the clouds, they drop. And those drops of water become precipitation. There are these different types of precipitation that we will be talking about. There is rain, there is snow, sleet, and hail. These are all types of precipitation. Can you guess why there are different types of precipitation? Why doesn't all precipitation come down just as rain or just as snow? What makes precipitation different at different times and in different places? Well, it's temperature. Temperature is what matters. In this diagram, the red color represents warm air and the blue color represents cold air. Warm air is here, cold air is here. Now, when the clouds in the warm air area get too heavy and the precipitation falls, the precipitation stays liquid and it is rain all the way down. When there is a little bit of cool air, then the precipitation can be freezing rain or hail. As we move even farther into less warm air and a lot more cold air, the precipitation becomes sleet. And then when there's no warm air around and it's really, really cold, the precipitation becomes snow. To recap what we have talked about, we talked about precipitation today, when the clouds, the condensation gets nice and heavy and the water droplets fall, and they can fall and form snow on the mountains, or they fall and they become rain down in the warmer areas. So we have talked about evaporation, when the water evaporates off the earth and condenses into clouds, and then when the clouds become heavy and precipitation falls back to the earth. Now next, we will be talking about collection. But before we worry about collection, let's do a fun experiment about precipitation.